The guy in the black T-shirt, the black guy, turns out he was a Black Lives Matter guy who I guess he was shot. I didn't know he was deceased at Mistronics. The guy in the Black Lives Matter shirt is an activist, Muhiyidin Moye, who was shot and killed last year. But yeah, she'll use him as a prop in a shitty Photoshop job. How dare you? Honestly, if I left him in the picture, his spirit lives on. That he's fucking, fighting guys like me. A controversy yesterday about the cover work, the artwork on my album. This is the original artwork. I pulled stock photos. I went online, got stock photos of these people and to use them. And the guy in the black T-shirt, the black guy, turns out he was a Black Lives Matter guy who I guess he was shot. I didn't know he was deceased. So I get an email from someone, a tweet from some woman. Do we have that tweet? She, at Mistronics. The guy in the Black Lives Matter shirt is an activist, Muhiyidin Moye, who was shot and killed last year. But yeah, she'll use him as a prop in a shitty Photoshop job. How dare you? Took forever to do that. And I didn't do it, by the way. To demonstrate how edgy and brave you are. Well, that wasn't the intended thing. I knew nothing about the guy. Your beef, and that guy's family's beef should be with the photo company that has stock footage. I had no idea. And but she jumped all over me because we got to paint everybody as a racist and whatnot. And he was a Black Lives Matter guy, and he was shot in New Orleans at night riding his bike like a year ago. I'm going to go out on a limb and say a black guy killed him, which is kind of ironic. Okay, but I had no idea about his history. The minute she sent me that, I said, we're working on it. The mistake I made was say, I apologize. And I say that in hindsight because even after I apologize, I get even more shit. Oh, this is the unapologetic comedian. He's being fucking, that's kind of hypocritical. That's silly. But so if I don't apologize, I'm a cold-hearted cocksucker. If I do, I'm a fucking hypocrite and all that other shit. So the only reason I apologized was for that guy's family. That's why. I didn't want to be seen giving the finger to a guy who was fucking murdered, regardless of his politics. I can't stand what he stood for. Black Lives Matter was founded on a fucking myth. Hands up, don't shoot. Michael Brown, total fucking myth. They're a terrorist organization, in my opinion. You remember the 5 cops in Dallas gunned down? That guy had links to Black Lives Matter. So, not to mention that the statistics as far as unarmed black men being shot is infinitesimal to what you guys read about. Cops have millions and millions of interactions a day with people, and they don't end in gunplay, whether black or white. So this myth that they're hunting down unarmed black men is total horseshit. And Black Lives, it's all a friggin' myth. Yes, there are some racist cops and shit has happened, but not to the point where it's an epidemic. So I hate what that kid's standing for, but I don't want him dead, And I would have had him on the show. We could have went at it. But I did that for his family, for nobody else. And then I even tweeted her back last night saying, apology accepted. And she goes, I'm supposed to apologize to you? And I didn't even, that's when I got off Twitter. My manager said, get off Twitter, will you? You had a few beers with me and I was wrestling with people. But yeah, you're supposed to apologize. You call me a coward and all this other horse shit. And it turns out it was an honest mistake. I was talking to Robert Kelly, good comedian friend of mine, and he said, you used to be able to make an honest mistake, and that was fine. But you can't do that anymore because the left is so out of their fucking mind about this shit. So convinced that guys like me are racist and can't wait to come at me. But that was for that guy's family. I mean, if I left him in the picture, his spirit lives on, that he's fucking, fighting guys like me. So I don't know. But I usually don't apologize to anybody. Ask my wife. So, anyways, it turned out that it was a positive as far as PR for me and the new album. Yahoo News and a couple at USA Today, they printed what happened without much of a slant. They were basically facts and stuff. But no, not the Daily Beast, the left-wing piece of shit Daily Beast. They had to do their fucking thing. But just know this, my fans out there and fans-to-be.
I am your voice.
Yes. Doesn't sound like me. That's right, that's an orange guy. As Dennis Miller said, orange is the new black. Great line. I wish I said it. So that was the headline. Daily Beast. Matt Wilstein. Comedian Nick DiPaolo under fire for flipping off murdered Black Lives Matter activists. Muhiyidin Moye. I apologize if I'm fucking it up. In the trailer of his new stand-up special, comedian Nick DiPaolo labels his anti-PC material too dangerous for Netflix and too honest for Comedy Central. Now, here's where the left-wing horseshit comes in. Evidently, neither platform was willing to pay DiPaolo for his new hour titled The Breath of Fresh Air, so he decided to give away to fans for free on YouTube. That was the plan from the beginning, to give it away, okay? A year ago, I said, after I put up my last one, I said, I'm giving the next one away, okay? It was my manager who was naive enough to think Netflix, but, you got to check. Maybe there's some idiot over there who plays fair at Netflix, but no. I'm not a transgender fucking with 3 rings on my nose who suffered breast cancer. So, I'm a 57-year-old white guy. We don't need your voice. Yeah, comedy needs my voice, and you got it. So right away, that's bullshit because I intended to give it away. And he quotes me saying, I made the special on giving away for free without any media industry filter on my website, along with a call for donations. But before some viewers even made it to the jokes, they have drawn attention to the deliberately provocative image. I don't know if you're talking about the whole image. I guess he is. And yes, it was deliberately provocative. What, am I not supposed to stand up for people who think like I do? The fuck do you people think you are? I fucking hate everybody in that picture and I don't know them. The guy in the Black Lives, just like they hate me and don't know me, I'm going to prejudge you. The guy in the Black Lives Matter shirt is activist who was shot and killed last year. But sure, use him. This is the thing that the girl sent to me and gave me a headache all day.
Shut up!
That was from Saki Azura at Miss Tronics. Muhiyidin Moye spent years protesting as part of the movement before he was killed in New Orleans last February. According to reports at the time, the circumstances surrounding Muhiyidin Moye's death were unclear. You can bet if it was a white guy, they'd have all the facts in that shot him. That's the reason I'm guessing it was a black guy, that it was New Orleans at nighttime. The poor guy was on a bike. But, the facts are unclear. You think they'd be cleared up if a white guy shot him? You'd have a stool sample the second day and have him in fucking... according to reports at the time, and he died in hospital after officers responded to a call about gunshot. He was 32. Several months later, police received a tip that led to the arrest of a suspect in the case. Oh, so we have an arrest. So where are the rest of the facts? What color was the guy? Why did he do it? How much time is he doing? Oh, we don't want to put that out there. You're not fucking fooling anybody. Moye had initially gained fame online a year earlier after he was caught on camera snatching a Confederate flag out of a counter-protester's hands at a rally in Charleston, South Carolina. In response to Azura's tweet on Tuesday, DiPaolo initially apologized for what he categorized as an innocent mistake. I categorized it. It was an innocent mistake. Don't even know if I could call it a fucking mistake. I did not know that as I found it online in stock photos, he wrote. Exactly. Looking into changing it as we speak. My apologies. But a few hours later, after his name started trending on Twitter, DiPaolo, who previously defended his friend and fellow comic Louis C.K. after he admitted to sexual misconduct, doubled down. As far as Louis goes, the first thing I said about Louis is if he did that to my sister or any of my girlfriends, I would have punched him in the face. I prefaced every joke, when I was developing I probably didn't say it in the special, but every night that I did that joke, that's what I said. So hardly defended his actions. What I was defending was you guys trying to drum him out of the business, you fascists. The guy, everybody should get a second chance, right? Michael Vick, everybody gets a second chance, but Louis pasty, white, and freckly, so fuck him. Trending number 1 on Twitter in New York minutes ago. Thank you, my great fans, and the whining left maggots. Yeah, because that's why it's trending. I'm guessing New York City, it wasn't filled with fans. And by the way, I know a few comics who already said they're leaving New York. It's a horrible place to do comedy. I've been saying it for years. It's a horrible place unless you're a draw, which there's a club called the Fat Black Pussycat. When I would do that in the Village, my fans would come out on the weekend, tourists, to see me. But as far as the Comedy Cellar and shit, you do anything a little off color, and you have a whole table of Asian girls going, "You fucking racist." And I know a very prominent comic who's said he's had enough, so they'll follow me. Anyways, so that was the whole fucking beef.
You need to shut the fuck up.
The Charleston City paper reached out to Moye's sister, Kim Duncan, who said in a statement, "It's hurtful to those who loved Muhiyidin," and yeah, that's why I changed it. For you, Kim, it's disrespectful to those who knew what his fight was about. It would be disrespectful if I knew his history and I did it. Even then, my fans are going, "Fuck that! Don't you know?" I'm actually this is the nicest I've ever been. People surrounding me, including management, I don't know. I'm like, holy shit! I'm surrounded by psychos. Anyways, she says it's counterproductive and pushing for change. What kind of fucking change? It's sad to challenge someone who can't defend themselves, and Moye would have challenged him and won. He wouldn't have won, but the point is I would have let him challenge me. That's how it's supposed to go. It's a two-way street. That's my biggest point, and I did change it for the family. It's possible. Look, it's possible. Look how they word this shit, that DiPaolo's use of Moye's image was indeed unintentional. It's possible. Probably not likely. Even after I fucking stated what happened, you know. But even if he did not know the slain actor's identity, he was clearly trying to provoke a reaction with a photo. Yeah, that's the whole idea of marketing. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Not by putting him in it, because I didn't know his friggin' history. And he would have detested what I stand for, and I detested what he stood for. But anyways, so we were going to change it. We were going to change it, and I replaced him, but we finally settled on one guy with like dreadlock. But these are the ones that we were thinking about changing it to. That's JFK. Yeah, Nick DiPaolo's here giving me the finger. Yeah, fuck him and everything he stands for. We do it because it's hard. Next. Steve Irwin. I don't know how anybody know that Steve. That looks like every fucking white guy in California. There you go. Thank you, Jason. There you go. The lady in the lower right-hand corner there, that's my wife, after she saw my income last month. Next, Marvin Gaye. That we thought of him, but no. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Somebody told me she's still alive, and I say bullshit. Look at that picture. She shouldn't have a coffin when she passed. They should put her in a chair like that. Keep her on the bench, as I say. Holy Christ, she looks like Ed Asner. Go ahead, with cancer. Oh, no, that's the Marvel guy. What's his name?
Stan
Lee. Yeah, we thought of him, and finally, there you go. Can't believe nobody's told him he's dead. He makes Ruth Bader Ginsburg look like a fucking high school cheerleader at this point. Larry's a tough old bird, ain't he? Still hanging in there. They shoved some stents in his heart the other day. He's back at work. Can't kill him. So that's that, folks. And again, it was publicity. Yahoo News, USA Today and shit. And that's the other thing. He did that on purpose. Who was it, Salazzo? Remember the guy in The Godfather? Like he said to Michael when he's sitting at the table, you give me too much credit, kid. I'm not that clever. And I'm not. If I know how to market, I wouldn't be fucking doing this. I'll be a household name at this point. Hey guys, when you get done cleaning the semen off your mouse pad, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page and click on the little notification bell. That'll tell you when we go live and when we put clips up and stuff like that. Also, go to nickdip.com and sign up at Patreon. That way you'll get 3 more shows a week. You can't get enough Nick DiPaolo, am I right? I thank you for your support, okay? See you later, jackoffs.